Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FrostBytez gaming experience. Alrighty, we've kept everyone waiting long enough. Let's go and meet up with Andrew Ryan and put an end to this, but not really put an end to it. If anything, this is going to be one of the longer parts of the game, because this is where a lot of the reveals happen. You find out more of what the main story is, and a lot of cutscene based talking. Not really a whole lot of cutscene based stuff in this game. Very beginning, when you're in the pod coming to Rapture in the first place. Right now, when you're talking with Andrew Ryan, getting a lot of backstory about yourself. If you wanted to, you could have read the 2 audiobooks next to that giant "Would You Kindly" to get an idea of what the phrase "Would You Kindly" really means. You find out it's basically hypnosis in a sense. And we find out here, especially with this first flashback that he's going to give us, talking about, was there really a family? You kind of see a kid being experimented on by Dr. Suchong and Tenenbaum. And you get the idea, okay, I'm being I've been genetically made and completely, mutated in a way where I have to do anything someone says if they use the phrase "would you kindly." You find that out through one of the audiobooks. Suchong talks about it with a little boy, and Suchong tells the little boy to kill the puppy that the boy has in their hand as a means to test out how powerful the phrase "would you kindly" could be if someone was genetically modified to react to it that certain way. And you start to find out here that you are that person. You are the one that's affected by the phrase "would you kindly." You get a lot of little flashback scenes here that basically state, hey, a certain someone we've known this whole entire game has been using the phrase "would you kindly" a lot with us. And we've been doing every single thing that he tells us in order to get to where we're at. A little bit interesting. What does it all mean? Well, we're going to find out more and more. This is one of my favorite speeches, and if you want to hear it in full, obviously you can just look up the speech in full. You could also just watch my original Let's Play of BioShock that I did for the channel. I think I stayed quiet throughout the whole entire ordeal because there's a lot of exposition that you get in here. You find out more about Andrew Ryan, and you find out more about Atlas and Frank Fontaine, and that's why it's a relatively big cutscene. That's why it's only really the second real cutscene that we have in this entire game. And there's a lot of it. We have this with Andrew Ryan, we have the switch between Atlas and Frank Fontaine, and then we have the talk with Tenenbaum about what to do to make sure that the phrase "would you kindly" doesn't have any more effect on us, because obviously the phrase "would you kindly" controls every single thing that we do. And if we want to actually finish up the game, we can't have a simple phrase like that hold us back, so she helps us take care of that. But, we figure out a lot of this in this ordeal. And all of these scenes, this scene, the switch from Atlas to Fontaine, probably my favorite scene in just about any video game that has cutscene based stuff. I do consider this a cutscene because you can't control any of yourself. You can't really do anything really. You just kind of wait for all the talking to be done and then to continue on. Usually that's something that I'm not the biggest fan on. If you watched the first part of my Dragon Ball Fighter Z, it was one of the biggest things that started turning me away from the game because I felt like the first part was nothing but talking and talking and talking, and I couldn't get to the action. I've stated it many times, I'm a gamer that's more into the games for the gameplay rather than the story. And unless the story is just that good. Persona games come to mind. The story is so good that no matter how at some point stale the gameplay becomes, I'm still willing to keep pushing forward because I gotta see what the story completely leads up to. And I'm willing to give many passes to RPG style games because of that. In a lot of cases I'm doing it for the gameplay most of all. If the gameplay gets boring after a while, I don't care about the story, I'm done with it. But RPG games are like the only ones that, even if the gameplay gets a little stale, if the story's good enough, I'm going to keep pushing through. Non-RPG games, the gameplay has to be 100%, and always has been for me. 100% reason why I want to play the game, not so much the story. And this is one of the few games where the story really you know, I paid attention to my first time playing it, especially when this, you know, twist off, you know, this plot twist happened where it's like, hey, this guy Atlas you've been working with this whole entire time. Turns out his real name is Frank Fontaine and he's pretty much screwing you over. And then later on, playing the game Jade Empire, which I'm doing for the channel currently, around that point is when I started playing Jade Empire, and then that big twist happened all the same, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like the Atlas and the Frank Fontaine twist, you know, it's really interesting. But also reminds me of one of my favorite audiobooks in the entire game, in BioShock 2. I'm not the biggest fan of BioShock 2, really. I've openly said it numerous times. I don't think BioShock 2 is as fun as BioShock 1, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that would disagree with that, but in my personal opinion, I always thought BioShock 1 was better than BioShock 2. But one of my favorite audiobooks is in BioShock 2, where you hear Frank Fontaine first create the character Atlas. He said so in himself, you know, a man in his type of work takes on a lot of personalities. He was a Chinaman for, what do you say, 6 months or something like that. You know, he's a grifter, basically. And the biggest thing he's trying to grift right now is Rapture and turn it into his own. He's always had his part in it with Fontaine Industries, his own company, but he's always wanted, you know, all of it, you know, and so he grifted his way into getting all of it basically by essentially pretending to be this man by the name of Atlas and utilizing different people to try to find their way into, you know, making it seem like Andrew Ryan is such a bad person, which, let's be real here, Andrew Ryan is not exactly a great person. You know, he's just a man with a certain dream that, you know, he wanted to create a city where what people did, they were rewarded for what it is that they do. But it kind of pushed too far to the point where even if people were getting spliced up and killing people on the streets, you know, their own versions of streets, he didn't really care. He's like, hey, the people do what they want to do. It kind of turned into complete anarchy, and he's safe in his own little office, and he doesn't really have to worry about it whatsoever. So it doesn't really make him exactly a great person. But, you know, it gets to a whole entire point of a control of power. You know, Andrew Ryan wants to keep his city, and Frank Fontaine wants to get that city. So he takes on the persona of Atlas, tells people, hey, Andrew Ryan's a real big dickwad, and we gotta kill him. You know, but no one's been able to really fully go through with it. But we have been genetically made to where we really can. A, we have to answer to would you kindly no matter what, but then B, as you can tell, we can really take on plasmids and gene tonics that can really help us get through all of this that's going on right now with not really much issue, especially because we are also Andrew Ryan's kid. We have the availability of, when we die, we can come back to life via the Vita Chamber, something that no one else that Frank Fontaine tried to use beforehand. You know, no one else has really been able to utilize something like that. When they die, they straight up die, you know, but we can go past that. We don't have to worry about it. So right now, Tenenbaum has taken away of a lot of his control over us. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Is that a missile one? Okay, no, it's not. Alrighty, code yellow is a code that kills off our health, and it's going to be slowly killing us over time, quote unquote. Basically just means that we have a much smaller health bar than what we normally have. So basically, our heart is slowly giving up on us, and we've got to go find a way to make sure that, you know, our heart doesn't give up on us. But even more importantly, we can't continue onward because there's a certain point that we got to go to in order to get to Frank Fontaine. But his control on us keeps us from being able to reach that far. So because of that, we got to find some of these lots. Don't want to... Come to me. Let's see here. Just use an automatic hack tool in this guy. Hello, good sir. Give me some of my health back. You too. I'm not going to worry about the nitro splicer all that much. Let's actually take that first aid. But yeah, mostly because of the fact that we are Andrew Ryan's kid, we are capable of actually surviving these hardships. Now, where's the Big Daddy? I can hide behind it. There should be a missile launcher here. Oh, I don't think the missile launcher popped up yet. There's a missile launcher that's going to be popping up relatively soon, and I want to utilize the Big Daddy so it can absorb all of the damage for me. Alrighty, Clever Inventor doesn't really do much for us. Mind Control. Once Frank Fontaine's done chatting with us about it, we'll actually hear about what we can do to get rid of the mind control that it has on us. And I do believe this is where the missile launcher comes in. So where's the Big Daddy? There he is. So I can use the Big Daddy to my advantage to get rid of this missile launcher. I'm at the point now where I don't need any more Adam. All I'm getting are some health upgrades every single level, but I've already got more than enough to take care of that. But this missile launcher is a really big problem for us because it blocks off an area that we need to get to. And I really need to utilize this Big Daddy to take care of it for me. If I remember correctly, this is where, yeah, this is where you can go against Sander Cohen, but there's nothing we can get off of him other than a weapon upgrade. But again, we're only doing a wrench, so we don't really need the weapon upgrade whatsoever. So I want to just, nope, continue, please move on. Oh, maybe if I hide like right here, the rocket launcher will actually get a hit. No? Nope. Oh, did he get it? Nice. Okay, so the rocket launcher is done for. Good. Awesome. Okay, so we want to come up here, get ourselves a code. Ah, what hit me? Oh, still that nitro splicer. I'll take a first aid just to make sure I'm okay. There should be a camera up here, unless it's further up. No, it looks like it is further up. Yeah, we're going to be alerting one of these. Just go ahead and destroy it. I don't really need that many security bots on my side. I just gotta hope that they don't really give me too much of a problem. Alright, come here. There we go. So this will give us the code in order to get upstairs. I don't know if we actually have... I don't know if we have to go out of our way in order to get the code for it to work. I think that if you just remember what the code number is, you can just utilize it right then and there. I'm not sure if it's programmed one way or another.
Look at my home. Torn apart by
I don't think there's anything that I can get down here. Yep, which is what we're going after. Alrighty, let's see here. Radio messages.
Look at my...
Where's the...
I knew there was something to that. Always secret when we switch on.
I found the right one, didn't I? Oh, there we are. 5744. Yeah, this one you cannot hack. You gotta get the code. I should test it, though, and see if you can do it without having to go upstairs to get the code. Because it's been so long since I last played it, I had to go up to get the code in order to get through. But I don't know if the game is programmed to where you got it. It won't let you utilize the code until you've picked up. Until you've picked up the audio diary that says it. I'm not exactly sure. Let's stay here. Once again, it's mostly these turrets that are going to be doing more damage to us than even the splicers can. Okay. This is the electric fish. And there's the lot 192. Give us some of our health back. One of the side effects, though, is that we have random plasmids that come up because of it. Luckily, the next part that we got to do, we don't need any specific plasmids to get through it. Excuse me. Pardon me. And as long as you don't accidentally utilize one of the plasmids, you're still good. You can just immediately... Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm out of here. Thank you for your time. You've all been a great lot. When you know you're going to be going through, as long as you just keep hitting the weapon attack button, you're going to immediately go back to utilizing the wrench. So you don't have to worry about accidentally using a plasmid. It's like we're here, well, we'll just hit the right trigger just to bring it right on back. So that's all we need to do here, actually. We now need to go to Apollo Square to finish off, because the other lot that we need in order to get over this is down over there. We don't need this anymore. Give me that free first aid. And I think we're still at $500 money-wise. So if we ever get really low on health and first aid packs, we can just buy them all back. You're right, I don't. So I'm going to leave you to yourself so you can try and figure that out. Oh, I do have to go this way. Okay. Oh, don't spot me. Okay, we're good. There we are. Alrighty, off to Apollo Square. One of the creepier late game areas, but because we don't need to fully explore it, it doesn't really matter. We just need to run straight to where the lot is and call it a day. That's really it. But this is a really big point where you can explore a lot. Even though it is a new area, it's still technically connected to the last area we were at. So even though you find another Gatherers of Gardens area, it doesn't mean anything. You can't get extra health off of it because it's still technically tied to the other place. I'm not the one you gotta be worried about. It's this guy. Now, you could technically help the splicers take out the Big Daddy if you still need some Adam at this point. Good news is that we don't. We got everything that we really need. We have more than enough Adam to get our other health upgrade once we go back to the Fort Frolic area. And then we even have enough to get the last piece that we're going to be getting. Okay. Forgot about you. I do want to take you out. Okay, well, there's your company, pal. I hope it's been well worth it. Again, I don't really need the security cameras on my side much anymore because we're at such a healthy state, especially with our life drinker ability. That, again, everything else in this game is relatively easy to deal with. The wrench is right now so powerful that we're completely fine. Ow. Now that one back there was a rocket launcher, but we don't have to worry about it nearly as much. Also say hello to this corpse, because this corpse is our good boy, Dr. Suchong, who was a little bit too successful with his experiments on the Big Daddies. Getting relatively low, but we can just utilize our health packs, because we got so much money right now that we can just buy all the health packs that we need. Dang, we are taking a bit of damage though. Yes, I know I'm making it worse for me, but I'm okay with that. Help me, Sir Big Daddy! You've all been really fun. It's been nice working with all of you. I think these ones we do have to deal with, though. Oh, wait, no we don't. Okay, cool. We out. See ya. Thanks for all the good fun times. So if you hadn't broken the spell yet and drank the 2 lot 92s, you are not able to go through this elevator. Basically an invisible wall pops up and keeps you from being able to go through it. Yeah, Frank Fontaine is also a little bit addicted. Well, more than just a little bit addicted. He is addicted to the atom, just like any other splicer here. That's one of his bigger goals. Like, he is still going to put Rapture downside. He wanted to grift it to take it, but he wanted to take it because he wanted all the atom that came with it. You know, he wanted to make himself basically an atom god, in a sense. You know, it's the best way that I can put it, really. Take that. Alright, so we're back at Fort Frolic because now we can actually get that health upgrade. And there's more than likely going to be a lot of free health packs here from all the spider splicers and thuggish splicers we had to take care of in that one fun fiasco that Sander Cohen gave to us. Now, why would it leave a lockbox if there wasn't anything inside it? Okay. Sitting at 7. We can just buy another 2, no worries. But let's go ahead and get ourselves another health upgrade. Perfect. And nice. Nice, that one actually dropped 3. That is a very rare sight to see. Usually you get lucky when you see it drop 2 of them. But seeing it drop 3, that's really lucky for us. But we're probably not going to be coming back to this place. So the fact that it dropped that many doesn't really do much for us. Again with another freeze. I don't know what's been going on with my Steam copy of BioShock. Because I don't remember it doing this when I did my initial test, my initial run-through of it. That was so many years ago. There's probably been a bunch of... And this is the normal BioShock. This is not the remastered BioShock, because the remastered BioShock still crashes all the time. So, we're just doing the basic version. There's our good boy, Frank Fontaine.
Alright. You looking to slug it out? I'm game. But I got all the atom in the city, pal. And I ain't shy about using it. And now, I'm Jake to take her out for a spin.
What is this you wait for? Go and get this idiot.
Well, I had to wait for it to actually open up. And I know there's this fire here, but we're actually going to go through the fire and take the damage. Because there's a little extra something we want to do here. So he's going to send these 2 bots after us. So how are we going to deal with these bots? We're going to let the bots actually kill us. And there's a reason for it. Even if you go invisible, the bots will still come for you. They know where your location is. The reason why we want to do this is because when you die and the bots have nothing else to do, they just disarm themselves. And we can actually hack them because of it. So we actually get 2 free bots out of this. Alrighty, let's go ahead and just use our auto hacks. Because I don't think we're really going to be using them for much else. So now we got 2 bots on our side, all because of him.
You pack it in now, and I'll leave this stuff to you and Frau. You keep on coming, and Rapture's a fish tank.
So we can't get through without the help of a little sister. Even though we've saved the little sisters, there's more we got to do in order to let them help us out.
Of course. This will be no problem. Find a Big Daddy and search box.
Alright, come on, missile launcher. You know you want to shoot at me. Have it hit him for me instead. And now my little bot should be taking care of them. There we go. Good. And with this, get ourselves a suit control system.
Is this a suit control system?
Get ourselves our final health upgrade.
And this is step 1 of turning you into one of those disgusting Big Daddies.
Okay, so the big goal here is that we are now going to be turning ourselves into a Big Daddy. Which, through this, Whoa, hello. Who are you?
Even smell.
I don't recognize you. I don't recognize you either.
After Ryan picks this place, here is where they build their filthy golems, their Frankensteins.
Now, becoming a Big Daddy is a really nice ordeal because
Guide them.
when you become a Big Daddy, you also gain a lot of the stats of a Big Daddy. Hacker's Delight doesn't do much for me. Get ourselves the helmet. So we can see everything through a fish lens.
Yeah, it makes the good stuff. Now you go to find a bodysuit and a pair of boots.
Here's a bodysuit. With the bodysuit, we get a 25 extra damage boost. Damage resistance boost, I should say. Really nice to have. Whoa, that was painful. I can actually utilize that. I can have the Big Daddy take care of it for me. Did I accidentally hit him? Ah, jeez. My bad. I accidentally hit him when taking out that other splicer.
Look at you.
It happens.
You look just the same as those.
Okay.
We have done what things. Now the boots. Where do you think you're going? You need to become a Big Daddy before you are able to draw out the little ones.
Thank you. I had no idea. Alrighty. Oh, I do... I can't remember... There's boots in the library that we got to get. I wonder if I could actually just do that right now. You come across an audio tape that talks about like how the boots got accidentally misplaced and now they're inside the library. I wonder if I can actually get the boots ahead of time before I need to do that. Get rid of this RPG turret. Oh, nice, I can. If you go to the normal area where the boots are supposed to be, you'll just get an audiobook that says, oh, they're supposed to be here, not in the library. So you gotta go to the library to get them. But luckily we can skip all that and just go and get it. Alrighty. Hello there, Mr. Big Daddy. Okay, so we're back in here because... I'm trying to remember. Was there something else I needed in here? I don't think so, actually. I think I got everything I needed out of this place. Yes, Big Daddy. Take care of those bots for me, would you? So I've only got 10 seconds. If I go hide in here... Yep, go invisible. They can't see me. 3, 2, 1. And we're safe. They will stop shooting at you once the timer runs out. Yeah, I do think I got everything that I need here. I got the helmet, I got the suit. I need to now go on my way to smell like a Big Daddy, and I got to get a voice changer. Now, the way to smell like one is through this little wonderland.
Jeez.
Where's the...
Oh,
well. Yeah, I never got any of the only thing really good that you could get out of the engineering tonics is one of the biggest ones is the ability to stall the cameras from noticing you. But aside from that, not really much else.
I can only be glad I am nowhere near you and that
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm actually trapped. Because I don't have... Oh my god, you could actually trap yourself. Can I just hit it? Oh, I can just use it. Okay. I thought that was one of those that you needed the electric shock to use. And I'm like, did they really accidentally program a instant loss without realizing it? Save Cracker 2, don't really need that.
We will make Big Daddy out of you yet, I think. There is only one piece missing. The voice box modification.
Yep, so I just need the voice box.
Optimized eugenics.
Oh, looks like that one camera's already been dealt with. I think this is where I need to go next. Yep, this is it. Like that one I can take care of fast enough. Alrighty, where is... It's not in here, it's further back.
Here is where you'll be finding the voice box to have
Yep.
sound like one of those Big Daddies. Repulsive creatures.
He was able to get one shot off of me, but as you can see, it didn't do nearly as much damage as it used to. Ah, it's the other one. Dang. Hey, where you think you going? Oh, you gonna go heal? Is that it? Okay, this one has the Power of the People weapon. So wait, that other one did have it. How come I didn't see it? Am I blind? Was it back here? Or am I in the wrong spot? I think I'm in the wrong spot. This is what happens when you go quite a while without playing a game. Tend to forget where everything is. I could have sworn it was one of these back ones, though. Oh, maybe it's over there. This leads to all of that. Okay, I feel like... Because it's got to be one of these. It's not this room. Are we sure it's not this room? Okay, I gotta go into my memory banks here. What room am I forgetting? Oh, let's see here. Is it a further up place? Let's see here. I could have sworn that this is what I was looking for, because that leads to another area that I don't need. Oh, maybe it's through here. No, this just leads up to this upper part. I'm missing something here, but I am going to have to call it a part right here, ladies and gentlemen. So when we come back, I'll find out where this voice box is. Can't believe I'm actually forgetting about where it is. But anyways, hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings. We'll see you on the next part.